Welcome to another episode of the Uncensored Truth Podcast. I'm your brother, God, from Hip Hop News Uncensored, and sitting across from me is my co-host.
What it do? What's good? It's your brother Sam Man, Viral Hip Hop News. Another episode of the Uncensored Truth Podcast. I got the mic working today. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We were boxing stuff up. God, getting ready to do some big stuff, and you know what I mean. But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
You know
we'll take that one on the chin, and we will not, publicize that. What happened with that situation? Not yet, but it is what it is. Everybody, makes mistakes in life. So if you're passing over great talent, I mean, there's a few people out there, that said they had chances to sign a lot of people in the game, and they didn't do it, and they regret it now. So
I love those kind of stories.
Definitely.
Those are the ones that do the best numbers when you hear stories of regret.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can't wait. But shout out to everyone out there watching the Uncensored Truth Podcast on Hip Hop News Uncensored. Follow Hip Hop News, the Uncensored Truth official channel on YouTube. We got a dope show for you. Let's get right into it. God, what you got over there on the ticket?
Man, I'm gonna get right into this story. This one is smoking hot right now. But before we get into the story, we need to do two things. Hit that like button for me and make sure that you share this content. We do appreciate that in advance. We know y'all gonna do it because y'all rock with us the long way. Pause. All right, I'm gonna talk about this right here, man. The Game, right? The Game has 48 hours to settle his sexual assault lawsuit or face arrest. And man, I'm gonna ask you about this in a second. Now, we reported the other day that The Game, he did get a judgment. He lost the judgment for $7 million. A woman claiming that she pretty much groped her, touched her in a sexual, way that she didn't like. So, The Game has been kind of, eluding the situation. Now, The Game reportedly has been ordered to pay up $7 million, for a sexual assault case in a 48-hour window or risk an arrest. This is crazy. Now, according to court documents obtained by TMZ, The Game, as we know his real name, could face a U.S. Marshal sting if he doesn't declare his intentions to produce the 7-figure sum as required of him. Now, after deferring the payment to appellate courts and coming up short again, the judge who presided over the final verdict has issued a decree stating that Jay Sean, who is The Game's government name, has failed to produce the requisite forms, documents, and financial records that would have assured him a period of stagnation. The victim in the case, Priscilla Rainey, has been waiting just over 2 years to receive her court-ordered financial reward. Now, the actual assault case stems from an incident that occurred on the set of a VH1 produced game show in which The Game and Priscilla Rainey were thrust into a romantic spotlight. Behind the scenes, his conduct was far more, than, at the time Priscilla wanted. So she did win this case. Now the U.S. Marshals are pretty much, and the judge is saying, yo, if you don't pay or tell us when you're going to pay something or the $7 million, we're going to lock you up. Saying, man, what do you think about this?
This is crazy.
Never heard nothing like it.
Man. Okay, so let's start off this conversation by saying we don't condone his actions.
No.
We don't condone what he did. This woman,
he did it.
If he did it, he was convicted. I don't even know what he convicted, but she settled out and made some money in excess of what, $7 million? And you came and you came on here and you said that he came out and said that he wasn't giving her shit. Correct?
I'm pretty sure that I've heard that, he has stated on a few occasions that he didn't do it. She's trying to extort him. He's not paying her shit. I've heard that.
So and now he's in a situation where if he doesn't, he'll be going to federal prison.
That's what they're saying.
Because the marshals are coming. So is it a situation
bully
where did that statement right there get him in trouble? Because you heard it. So obviously millions of other people heard it, whether it's retracted, whether he deleted it, no matter what.
Along with probably his defiance and not, in the document, it pretty much said that, he's not been, compliant on what they're asking for, whatever, how you're going to pay it, this, that. So you're not compliant with the court. They can obviously, as you know, put a bench warrant out. They can do whatever they want to do. This is, to me, is crazy because it's a debt. So I don't agree with throwing people in jail for debt. I think that's crazy.
Why not take his call? Why not take his
jail
assets? You gonna throw him in prison?
You pretty much force him. Damn, they're like putting a gun to his head. It's for ransom because he's gonna have to bail out.
Can't put a brother on a pay plan.
He don't want to pay
a pay plan, and like God. Also, okay, how long has this situation been going on?
This is back from I think 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay,
this situation, so it's been ongoing. She's been trying to collect for at least the past 2 years, you know, according to the article here from Hot New Hip Hop. And, you know, he hasn't, you know, came up with anything.
Let's play this devil advocate real quick, guy, because she's been waiting some time. Whether we think it's right or wrong, whether we think the number is too harsh or too less, who knows? Well, that's not up for us to debate. But it has been banged. The gavel was banged that he has to owe her some money. He owes her some bread. So
big money.
What's right and wrong in this situation? Is he right? Is she right? What's the right and wrong in this?
You know, that's a lot of money, I think, for, you know, for sexual assault. I mean, I wasn't there. I don't know what happened.
Your opinion, he ain't paid nothing, though. What's right and what's wrong?
I mean, what's right and what's wrong? I mean, first it's wrong. It would have been wrong for him to have touched her in a way that was inappropriate, but also it'd be wrong if she was just trying to lie to make the money. You know what I mean? Get the money from him. Now, obviously, if you have a judgment against you, you know, at some point you're going to have to pay up, or they're going to start attaching things, you know, get liens and whatnot. So she's going to any length it takes to get the money. You know, now the judge is stepping in. You know, I think that he better, you know, I don't know what he could do at this point. I'm sure his legal team is going to try to step in and intervene, but once the judge pretty much puts his foot down, we see with Meek Mill, it is what it is.
What do you see happening out of this? Do you see him chalking up some money? Because, I mean, he's been quiet about it. He jumps on social media every now and again. The game's been relatively quiet the last couple of months. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Stay in your bag, stay in your lane. You know what I mean? But what do you see? Do you see him paying up? Do you see him going to jail? I don't know. In my opinion, I think he's going to pay some money.
Definitely.
I think his lawyers are on this right now and advising him to, or making some options available to him to make sure that he gets in the right situation so that he doesn't see jail time, because I don't think anyone in his camp and his family wants to see even jail attached to his name right now. So something's going to give, but I don't know if it'll be in excess of $7 million.
Do you think that is just? Do you think that this is fair for them to be throwing him in threatening jail? Like, yo, if you don't bring this money down here in 48 hours, we're going to lock you up because of a debt. Not that he physically hurt anybody. Now, if it was a sexual assault, that could be, you know, mentally, you know, it could be a very bad thing. I'm not trying to discount that at all, but we don't even know if this really even happened. $7 million is a lot of money, a lot of money, a lot. I don't, even for him. How do you feel about that though? Like, I'm
very hard pressed to go on here and sit behind this microphone and talk about any man going to jail outside of you murdering a woman, murdering anybody, raping a woman, or doing anything to a child. Outside of anything, undisputable evidence toward anything like that, I'm really hard pressed to say any man deserves to go to jail, especially when it comes to owning money, especially when you see a brother with cars, when you see a brother with homes. Where we were talking about it on the podcast before. Shout out to everyone that watched on the Uncensored podcast.
Yeah.
He had the weed dispensary, his business that they were potentially trying to gain and take assets from. Now you go from taking it from there to arresting him. We were kind of like, damn, that's a lot of money, but neither one of us kind of said that was wrong. We said it may have been a lot, damn, woof, but never said that was wrong. We both kind of agree that this is crazy.
Yeah, I think it's definitely crazy, and I think it might be against the Constitution. I don't know. I mean, I never heard about nothing like that. You know, I used to hear people saying, "No, you can't lock people up, you know, for debt and all that," but they still do because they do it for child support.
Oh, you know, too. All day long.
Yeah, so that's that's another topic on another day. We can get into that, but you know, I do see him, you know, chalking up the money at this point because you know, if you got it coming in like that, you might as well just get it over with. You know what I mean? Because you know. But then again, he may just be stubborn and say, fuck it, I'm not paying.
We'll see. And we'll definitely keep you updated right here on the Uncensored Truth podcast.
Yes, sir.
Man. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. But you're listening, like Brother Sandman said, to the Uncensored Truth podcast. You know, this your brother Goin and Sandman sitting across from me. We want to encourage everybody listening, as usual, to hit that like button and make sure that you share this content. Let's talk about this, Sandman. Now, Kodak Black, you know, went on Instagram today, and I think somebody in the comment section asked him, you know, maybe had alluded to 6ix9ine. He never said 6ix9ine's name, so we're not even going to bother, you know, playing that audio because we're not going to speculate like that. But 6ix9ine, you know, went up, and I'll put it right there on the screen. Y'all can see. He said, "Kodak Black, suck my blank." As I can see, you know, on the screen. And he dropped the video. I'm gonna play the video, then I'm gonna get your thoughts on 6ix9ine and Kodak Black supposed alleged beef.
Y'all see how quick shit could go left? Stop telling me who I can't beef with and who I pick beefs with, because I done beef with everybody. I told everybody to suck my fucking dick. I done told fucking LA, the clout chasers in LA, because I love LA, shout out to LA. The clout chasers that never even fucking left LA, that think they got rap careers to suck my dick. I done told the clout chasers in Houston to suck my dick. I done told niggas in Minnesota that clout chase suck my dick. And shout out to all these cities, niggas know I got love for them. But stop telling me not to beef with niggas. I got a song coming out Friday, I don't want beef with nobody. But stop putting my fucking name in niggas' mouth, because niggas don't want to beef with me. All these niggas is fucking pussy. Nothing has happened to me. Nobody has a video of nothing happened to me, niggas doing nothing to me. Why? Because niggas is fucking pussy. I'm back to my ways. I got a song coming out Friday.
I don't think nobody's trying to run up on them machine gun rifles that you're rolling around with, you know what I mean, in your car with your security detail. And nothing wrong with it. I mean, that's what you do. So, I mean, I don't know, man. To me, it's more gimmicky, stuff. I don't think it's real at all. I think people, like we was talking in pre-production, people kind of get caught up in the social media thing. And again, they rolling with armored patrols, guys strapped to the T, police officers, security detail, stuff like that. So these guys are protected, man. So you kind of just talk your shit, on the internet just for the likes, the views, whatever. But, I can't really take this serious.
It ain't serious.
Right.
It was kind of gassed. And we were talking about that in the pre-production meeting, because we went to go look for some information on Kodak, because due to that information, something had to be said crazy, right? Like, there's no way Kodak can go at 6ix9ine crazy. So we looked and we heard it, and we never heard anybody's name get dropped. Now, we know that apparently somebody dropped something in the comment section. That's not enough. That ain't enough. Let that brother do his thing. Let him live on his own IG. Let him run. That didn't warrant all that nonsense. Like you said, 6ix9ine got the army with him. His security guards are 6'12 and a half, 345 pounds, 12% body fat, like ready to knock your head off, on top of having the AKs on deck. You know what I'm saying? So you do some great WWE work, and you could talk the talk, absolutely, and you never have to walk the walk, so there's no need to even go there. It's funny that he talked about no one ever touched him, but I swore he got robbed and thrown in the car, almost died, unless that wasn't true.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when he said that. I'm like, nigga, what?
You must have forgot that you threw that gimmick on. I don't know, 6ix9ine. I respect your hustle. I ain't mad at you, but you must have forgot about that when you were going on and setting the lights up for that show that you put on IG. But other than that, man, this ain't much but a bunch of smoke. He does this on occasion. This won't be our headline. There'll be other headlines on YouTube, the various people that love to report on 6ix9ine. Like that,
unfortunately, had to today.
Yeah, we're gonna do what we do. We're gonna do due diligence to the hip hop community and news when it comes to it. But you see our perspective,
right? Yes, sir. But you're listening to the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother, Oh God, and Sam. Man, we going all the way in today, as we always do. Please, we ask you to do two things: hit that like button and make sure that you share this post claiming that Tupac is alive in Malaysia, and we can see right here. It was Suge Knight Jr., says that, he's alive. And here's the picture right here of him actually saying it live right there on the screen. Saying, man, what do you think about Suge Knight Jr. saying that Tupac is alive in Malaysia?
You got that up on the screen for people right now?
Yes, sir.
Man. See, these kind of things often come up. We've heard it from Michael Jackson. We've heard it from Pac for years. Never heard too much about Biggie, which is kind of odd, but we never heard that too much. But it's always been one of those myths that Tupac is alive. Now, I see that you wrote, he sees the caption right here. I'm also looking at that, and I'll see the various sources going in, but I don't see a picture of Tupac out in Malaysia doing anything. And so I put it like this. If he is alive, for all the conspiracy buffs out there that want to jump with this situation, he don't want to be bothered. So let's leave Tupac alone and let him do his thing. And when he decides he's going to come back out of the ruins, whether that be in Malaysia, somewhere else, wherever Cosby's hidden house was when he was trying to get the fuck out of here, wherever he's at, you know what I mean? Let him come out and talk what he wants to talk. I don't really see any weight on this situation. I don't see him alive.
Well, here, let's go down a little bit, because by the way, the article's on XXL. If you want to pull it up real quick, you can see what I'm saying. He posted a picture. It looks like it's 50 Cent, and it looks like Tupac in this picture here. It's another picture with somebody that looks like Tupac and Beyonce.
So Beyonce knows that he's alive.
I'm just, hey, as a matter of fact, hold on, I'll take it a step further. Just with them with people. Looks like an older picture of 50 Cent with Tupac, Beyonce. What do you feel up? Come on, Sam. What you think about this? Tupac is alive.
Photoshopped as hell. Come on, dude. Man, you see this picture of him and Beyonce? Are you for real? It's a fat ass dude with Pac's face in the middle of it. This ain't real. Look at the body structure of that. Ain't real.
Okay, man. Just,
that ain't real.
So you think this dude? Well, he did go on to put also that I'm not on drugs. That's what he put to Suge Knight's son.
Listen, man, he's going through a lot. You see his dad going through a lot. He just got a real heavy sentence. You know what I mean? His health isn't good. I'm not saying that my man is reaching, but this one picture is definitely not Tupac with him and Beyonce. That shit looks crazy as hell. And I think the other ones are reaching. I'm not going to go in on the brother. I don't know what he's on, but I know this ain't Pac with 50 and Beyonce. And if you sitting here thinking, what are y'all on? What Suge Knight Jr. son over there taking? Because you can't tell me that looks like that don't look like Pac. You got it for the people, all right? Let me just ask you that one more time.
I mean, it looks like Pac, but it don't look like man. It look like it does kind of like it be like on somebody else, like they put their head on them, as we could say that, right? Like you put it on another body.
Come on, man, that one for sure.
Right.
You can get me a little bit with the 50 one, that one's questionable, but this one Beyonce look crazy.
What if he was alive though? Like, what if he did fake his death and, like you said, he didn't want to be bothered? What if he came back? I mean, what would that mean? That'd be crazy.
You hear a lot of speculation about it, but no one's ever came back. No one's ever came back. We've seen, Elvis.
Jesus.
He came back.
He said that on the third day.
Yeah. He definitely came back. He came back in this house many a time.
Yeah.
Like son need to, go ahead, sit his ass down somewhere.
Oh man, but hey, it is what it is, man. Suge Knight Jr. Is claiming that Tupac is alive in Malaysia. Y'all leave y'all comments on, because I know the people in the comment section like, y'all tripping, y'all sleeping. Tupac is alive. It's people that swear up and down that Tupac is alive to this day.
You were Salita Burns. I know you remember that name. If you see her, you let us know the truth. I ain't seen her name in a while. You know what I mean? Maybe she out there with Pac in Malaysia, but let us know. Let us know.
Salita, hit us up.
Hit us up.
Yes, sir. But you're listening to the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother, Oh God, and Sam Man sitting across from me. Make sure to share the video. Also, go into the description box right below us. Follow us on social media and be sure to sign up for our Hip Hop Uncensored mentorship program. That link will be right at the top. Go ahead and sign up now. Sam Man. Bro.
Yeah, man. I was sitting there chilling right this morning, praising the Most High, and I was going through the phone and I seen something about Floyd Mayweather. Oh God, I'm about to send this to you right now. You just heard that over the screen.
Yes, sir.
I want you to play this video. Now, in this video, it's a caption to Chris Broussard and Rob Parker of Fox Radio talking about Floyd Mayweather. And the comments may surprise you. Oh God, when you get that up for me, brother, won't you go ahead and play that for the lovely people listening?
This is the other part, and I get it, money, he made a lot of money and all that, but to the detriment of the sport as a whole. He owns the fourth highest pay-per-view fights in boxing history, the top four, right? Boxing made him hundreds of millions of dollars. And how does he repay the sport? He hasn't done it. He's actually killed the sport. He's ruined boxing by cherry picking, by waiting out people, not fighting the big fights that people want, by being this ultra defensive where you're not even getting the type of fights that people want to see. Yes, he's successful. Yes, he's never been defeated, Chris. But I'm telling you, Floyd Mayweather did more damage to boxing than enhancing it.
Well, there's certainly an argument there to be made. I mean, one of the reasons, I'm not a huge MMA guy. Sometimes it's just too darn brutal.
I can't watch it. I can't watch it.
See, but I do watch it a decent amount. I watch the big fights, and I certainly watch McGregor and, Tyrone Woodley and fights like that, Daniel Cormier. And
you like all that blood?
One of the reasons I turned to MMA or UFC was because I got tired of ordering these fights. And I'm talking about Floyd for sure, but also Bernard Hopkins, who was a great champion. But later in his career, I mean, his fights, he was defensive like Floyd too. He wasn't as passive as Floyd in terms of throwing punches, but he was physical. He bullied the guys and, but his fights were boring for the most part. And I was like, man, this is ridiculous. MMA, I'm guaranteed action pretty much. And so, yeah, I'm with you. I'll say this, though. I've always said this about Floyd. even though I don't like watching his fights, if I wanted to box or if I had a son or someone who wanted to fight, I would give them the Floyd Mayweather blueprint because he's defensive. He's not going to be punch drunk when he's retired. And he's made more money than any other fighter in history. Why? Because he knows how to sell his fights. That's the reason Mayweather talks up his undefeated record. I'm the best ever. All of that. Because even though we know the fight's going to be boring, it's going to be a square dance, he's not going to get hit, he's only going to hit the guy a few times himself, but we all buy it to see, is this the one? Is this the one that Floyd loses? Has he gotten old tonight? And he's a master marketer. And if I had to tell somebody that's going into boxing how to do it, I would say do it like Floyd Mayweather.
Wow, I mean, that's very impressive. Sam, man, what do you think about that, bro?
Yet you tell people that he's the worst thing for boxing. Rob Parker, sit your dumb ass down.
Exactly.
Sit your dumb ass. He's the worst thing for boxing. Let me ask you a question.
Crazy as hell.
Does so Floyd Mayweather has control over his fights. Floyd Mayweather handpicked, but when he fought at De La Hoya, he was supposed to get dropped. When he fought Arturo Gatti, he was supposed to get dropped. When he fought Ricky Hatton, he was supposed to get dropped. When he fought McGregor, he was disrespectfully supposed to get dropped. When he was supposed to fight Pacquiao, he was supposed to get dropped, even though Pacquiao was y'all said he was old, but he was mowing through people, and then you thought his shoulder was fucked up, and now he's supposed to fight him again. He mowed through him. So you've heard this on, and all I've seen in an age of people CTE, people dying of head injuries, people blowing their heads off because of head injuries due to sports and things like that. When you see a boxer like Floyd Mayweather, who's retired undefeated, 51-0, if I'm not mistaken,
that's right,
has all of his wits, may not be able to read in some people's eyes, but he has all of his wits together, can properly talk and play with his kids, isn't punch drunk, a defensive fucking guru who revolutionized the sport, if you ask me, when it comes to how to box, how to slip, how to get in there, how to not get hurt. Probably shifting a lot of players who potentially people that want to go to the NFL getting into boxing because of the money you can make and things like that. And seeing the work ethic he puts behind it because he's no slouch. He's still in shape, ready to fight 3 months in the head of game at any moment. And y'all call this brother the most disrespectful because he's cocky and because he has money. Oh, God, talk on him, man.
Yeah, man, I don't know why. Like something like Rock Camp Brothers, I always like brothers, they think we can't be cocky. I don't see nothing wrong with that now. Everybody says that I don't like him, but I see a lot of these other players out there just as cocky. Your Tom Brady's, you got some quarterbacks who are humble. So I don't know, man. It's like, to me, it's like this stigma. But besides that, like everything that you said is 100% correct. This guy don't drink, really don't smoke. You know what I mean? He's damn near 50 years old, and in tip top shape. He's undefeated for a reason. You know what I mean? And for the dude, Parker, whatever his name was, to say that is crazy. This dude is bringing, so much money to the sport, so much money to HBO, Showtime, and the fighters. And he's really been disrespected, over the years by the different opponents that they put in front of him. And he made a few good points. A lot of people said he was ducking, but then again, everybody put in front of him, he's beaten.
And don't blame that on Floyd. I'm tired of people blaming that whole ducking shit on Floyd.
Right.
And let's talk about boxing and UFC. Boxing has Bob Arum, De La Hoya, Mayweather, fucking Don King. There's promoters within boxing that run that world. And we all know boxing is a corrupt world. We could talk about it from its days early on with the mafia and fixing things. We all know that goes down. It's no secret. It probably goes down in some form or other now when you go to Vegas, and it happens. But that happens when it comes to promoters. If promoters don't feel like this is right for their fighter, they're not going to put their fighter in it. The difference between boxing and UFC is you got a bunch of bullshit promoters in boxing. You have one person that rules the world in Dana White and UFC, and he genuinely cares to put the best fighters in the best situation at the perfect time to give his fans what they want. You can't knock that the brand is better right now and better distributed than boxing, but you can't blame that on Floyd.
Right. I agree.
Did he maybe not fight a certain person that y'all wanted him to fight and go in there and get thrown around in? Maybe not. You're right, but y'all still paid that $100, that $50 to go see him. They want him to
go in there, and they want the old Mike Tyson, Buster Douglas slug fight. They want to see people get the CTE and bang each other's head off. No, if you got a fighter like Floyd Mayweather who knows how to score and not take those big shots, it may not be as entertaining, but longevity is the key. And we see why, he continues to break every record, money wise, and beat every fighter that you put in front of him. So, I think it's going to be the same again. He's going to go in there. He's going to handle business. And, I bet you everybody who's getting paid at that arena don't think he messed up boxing every time they have a fight. And a different, the companies that benefit off of an actual fighter who make the biggest paycheck they ever made in his life fighting for it. Maybe so. Come on, man. That's silly.
Come on with that, man. Oh, God, you said something real quick. You brought up Tyson. Send it over here, right?
No doubt.
This is my man, Teddy Atlas. Shout out to Teddy Atlas, long time trainer. He always keeps it a buck, always keeps it 100, never minds to tell the truth. He talked a little bit on the Joe Rogan podcast about Mike Tyson. He got into it. I don't know if I timestamped it to where I need to.
No.
But let me see.
If you can find it.
Let me see where I can find it. But he talked about Tyson's heart. He talked a lot about he just got into Tyson. I'm going to send that your way. I want to just wait for him to say it because I can't say it better than he did. And it brought up a lot of questions. I really talk about this. Here's coming your way right now, brother. Shout out to everyone listening on the Uncensored Truth podcast.
Yes, going in.
That. Play a little bit of that, and then let's get your perspective on that.
Yes, sir. But everybody listening, please hit that like button and make sure that you share. Please hit that like button and make sure that you share this video. We're going in today. We do appreciate everybody's participation. All right, so we got this clip right here. This is a 12-minute clip right here. Just start from the beginning, or
you could. Yeah, that's all on Tyson. You could play a little bit. Right. It's really intriguing, man. We'll leave a link for this in the description box as well. Okay, we'll play a little bit of that and then we'll get on.
No doubt.
Mentally weak, but physically. What do I mean mentally weak? Not weak for the average guy, but for a fighter, he still had remnants. He still had residual stuff from his upbringing. Listen, you want to know the truth about the guy? I mean, he orders, but he used to hide in between abandoned building walls in Brownsville. It was a rough place, no doubt about it. Didn't have a father, whatever, the mother, whatever, and he used to hide between walls to not get picked on. And I believe when you do that, you never get outside of that wall to a certain extent. You're always hiding in that wall for the rest of your life. That's just my belief. Teddy, what are you talking about? Became heavyweight champ. Some people think he's the greatest. Some people. I don't have his record in front of me, and this is going to blow some people crazy. But what are you going to do? I don't have his record. Let's just say we're going to make an arbitrary number because your man's going to pull it up. But let's just say it's 50-6. All right, we'll say 5. 50-5, but whatever. I think his record is truly, if you're going to be this, and we're not truly in life with anything, but if we're truly in an absolute world, which we don't live in, but I would say he's 0-5. All right, now everyone who's listening to you think it's just like, let me get what Teddy's drinking. Like, I don't see him drinking nothing, but he probably had some before he came in. To me, a fight is not a fight into this resistance, to there's something to overcome. Something to overcome. Otherwise, it's just an athletic venture. It's an exhibition. I think life is that. I think that you don't know if a lawyer is a lawyer until there's something to overcome in the courtroom. Something goes wrong, okay? I know he's a lawyer. I know he went to school. I get it. Nobody has to tell me that. But he ain't a lawyer. He ain't that. Until everything goes wrong, the judge throws all this crap out, and he is effed, so to speak. And he figures, and he still handles it. Then he's a lawyer. A doctor's not a doctor until he opens up this a kid, just like he's got at home, and arteries are bleeding all over the place, and it's not in the textbook. It's not in the freaking textbook. And he got to do it. He got to figure it out. And then he's a doctor. Then he's a surgeon at that level. You are not in a fight. I admit it. I equate life to a fight. I do. You're not in a fight until there's pressure, resistance, overcoming something. Otherwise, it's just an exhibition. Tyson's talent was so great his physical ability, his talent was so overwhelming, just like somebody's intellect, just somebody's charisma, whatever, beauty, until it came to something else. But his talent was so superior that the other stuff never got tested. He was blowing guys out, and it never got tested if there was anything in the warehouse, so to speak. If there was anything inside. You never knew. And then 5 times, whatever the real record is, 5 times there was resistance. 5 times it became a real fight. 5 times there was something to overcome. And he failed all 5 times. He was only in 5 fights in his life. And he's 0-5.
All right. We'll leave the rest. That was a good clip right there from the Joe Rogan fan page. That link will be in the description box to check out, the rest of that podcast there. Nice little podcast. Teddy Atlas, going in. Sandman, I know you timing at the bit to get it into this one. Do you agree, with Teddy Atlas, or is he reaching here?
Man, this is crazy. Well, we all know the history between these two. Mike Tyson early on hit on Teddy Atlas' wife. Teddy Atlas and Angelo Dundee were training, not Angelo Dundee, Customado. Were training Tyson. Tyson was really just under their wing. Hit on Teddy Atlas's daughter at the time. Atlas brought out the heater. You know what I mean? Shit got crazy. You know what I mean? So he's always had a disdain for Mike Tyson. That being said, he also acknowledged that in that clip. So for those who are going to use that point as a point of reference and why he said what he said, listen to the whole thing and then base your opinion. With that being said, man, he made some very brilliant analogies. How can you argue with the analogies that he made? If you take Mike Tyson, take Mike Tyson out of there, some of the analogies, it's like, wow, you're right. But when you look at what he did, and I don't give a fuck if it was through fear, I don't care if it was his hand speed, his power, how he can hit on both sides. And like I said, Teddy Atlas acknowledges all of that as well. He's talking about his heart, which I understand. I just don't think that it's fair to exclude all of the other fights just because you may have felt as though they were exhibition.
Out of 60.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? All right, 55.
I don't think that it's fair to say that.
Right. He won, damn near 90%. You know what I mean? You still got to train. You still got to get in the ring. Like, as you said, it was, I get it. You get into a fight, and until you take that first hit, if this guy, you get into the ring and this dude's scared of you, it's easy. But to somebody standing up and they look, I'm not scared of you, and they hit harder than you, and you're facing some adversity, we see it on the football field. You a guy might be just as strong as you, maybe even stronger. You're like, yo, I'm in a match today. You know what I mean? You don't really know where you're at until you get there. So I do get it, but we can't discount that he's won, over 95%, of his fights, knocked most of those guys out, and was one of the greatest fighters to ever live. Now, maybe he did fell off at some point, like all fighters kind of do, except for Floyd Mayweather. But, I don't know, man. He has a personal vendetta. He said he hit on his wife or daughter. So
I don't think that it's I get you probably got something on that, but I'm not going to sit here and say that all 5 of his fights he was tested and he quivered. I can honestly say that the Holyfield fights, you got something on that, because that was the first time he realized somebody was in the ring with him and wasn't afraid of this dude. Yeah, and Holyfield was giving it to him. Yeah, Holyfield's one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, and he showed why then because of just how his boxing style and his relentlessness, and he's going to get hit and just hit as hard as fucking steel, and he's going to keep coming. And I think Tyson might have got his heart took that night. Yeah. Outside of that, you can probably attribute it to diminished boxing skills. Right. Him being wild. We did the Buster Douglas fight. He was drugged out. His trainers wasn't there. There's a whole bunch of situations.
Riddick Bowe, right?
He didn't fight Riddick Bowe.
He didn't fight Riddick?
Nah, Riddick. He wasn't out there. I think he was in jail with during the Riddick Bowe era with the Holyfield days. That was some gross.
I'm thinking about somebody else. Okay.
Lennox Lewis.
I'm thinking about. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That was even a decline. Like, you know what I mean? Lennox Lewis was, and that's a big fucking
but still, he's a big boy, but still, though, like, people was kind of expecting him to do his thing. I was
disappointed.
Yeah, definitely.
I was disappointed. And that's because we just had the love and the lore for Tyson. Do you think it's fair to say that all of his fights prior to the ones that he lost in, like we said, we don't got the record in front of us, I'll fight that out. They weren't all walkthroughs. He didn't walk through all of them. I know he had a couple tough fights with Frank Bruno back in the day. He had 2 of them, but the one was he got some work done.
I mean, that was, like you said earlier, like that was kind of his little thing. Like, people were just kind of shook and scared a lot of times. Some people did fight him back, but some guys like Bruce Sheldon from here, Atlantic City, took a dive, jumped right on that canvas. You know what I mean? We all seen that. We wanted to see him represent for the, I guess, whatever. But yeah, so we seen certain fights where people did take a dive. So I don't think it's fair, to make a long story short, for him to say that about Tyson. Definitely a personal vendetta there. But hey,
Mike Tyson's record's 50. My bad to cut you off.
No, you good.
50 and 6.
Okay.
58 total fights. 44. Oh God, 44
knockout.
Came by knockout.
Damn.
So you figure 44, and then the 6 that didn't come by knockout, he lost.
All right.
So
that's still an impressive record.
It's fucking amazing.
None
of his fights went to he never went to a judge's scorecard. Because I don't think Mike Tyson lost by knockout or he won by knockout.
Right.
Tyson never went the distance.
Right. And that, to me, that's like, you know what I mean? That's a champion. Right there. It's like we gonna hit each other till one of us fucking fall. Yeah. Fuck the jumping around and scorecard shit. So it is what it is. I would have thought when Mike Tyson was younger that he would be undefeated. Nobody would ever beat him. He would knock everybody out the way he was going in. But he met his match a few times. I mean, it happens through life. Who goes through life undefeated?
Nobody.
In regular life. Not even Teddy could say that.
Yeah. And Mayweather, man, his record might be undefeated, but he took him some L's. He'll tell you that. You know what I mean? So nobody's undefeated in life.
Yes, sir. That was definitely a good, thing to throw in there, though, brother. But you're listening to the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother, Oh God, and Sandman. Going in today on the podcast. We need you to do 2 things as usual. Hit that like button and make sure that you share this video. I think that's all we got today, man, on Uncensored Truth podcast, if I'm not, mistaken.
I think that's all we got. Oh God, I don't see anything else on the ticket this evening. It was a great show. We made lemonade out of these lemons like we often do.
Yes.
Appreciate everyone out there supporting the movement. Thank you very much.
How the hell we both wear a Marvel shirt? That's kind of dope today.
I thought that was dope too. I wanted to bring that up. Black Panther versus Thanos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We was in our Marvel mode. Definitely an accident.
Right.
And popping with the colors in the Marvel scheme, man. You don't get into Marvel movies too much. I know you got into the Panther.
Yeah, I love that one. That was
what I mean? That's a real good movie, but you don't really fuck with the Marvel too crazy. Why not, man? Why?
I just never got into it like that, man. I don't know.
Marvel's dope, man. Especially nowadays. You gotta start checking them out. I mean, we busy guys. We got the entrepreneurship going on. We got the mentorship program in the description box right now. Make sure you go and hit that link. Join the movement. If you don't know what it is, make sure you drop the email and we'll give you further information on what we got going on over here. The Hip Hop News Uncensored official YouTube mentorship program. You're getting hands-on from both myself, Oh God, our brother Kansu, who has the financial advisory on Glock. Our brother Darren has the SEO. If you don't know what SEO is, you got to ask the brother what SEO is, but it's very important.
Yeah.
I mean, we're winning over here at the Uncensored Truth podcast, man, for sure.
Yes, sir. That's one special, to everybody that's going to see this on a Hip Hop News Uncensored. We do have the Hip Hop News Uncensored t-shirts available. It should be right on your screen. You can hit the shop button, or I'll leave the link, in the description box. We're going to lower the price for you too, for a special price. So if you want to rock the logo, please, go ahead and support and grab one of the Hip Hop Uncensored t-shirts right now above me, or the link will be in the description.
Indeed. And if you happen to stick around with us for the end of this podcast, thank you very much.
Yes.
Make sure you hit us on the live podcast, official live podcast, Hip Hop News Uncensored, Friday evenings around 8 p.m. If you are watching right now, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section of that live podcast. And oh God, I don't know, me and you'll talk. We'll probably throw together a little special with the hat, Fire Hip Hop News hat and the shirt. And we'll have something dope for y'all. I mean, for sure.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna give my email out. If you got any business inquiries, it's OGOD, OGOD at hiphopun.com. OGOD at hiphopun.com. Sandman, you give your email to the people.
PLS Media Inc. 1 at gmail.com.
Yes, sir. Well, you listen to another episode of the Uncensored Truth podcast. We're rapidly approaching our 100th episode, so we're very excited. Well over 10 million views. So, with that being said, man, we definitely out of here. Peace.